continuing this Wes Anderson series, of course, with the second film that I saw last night. So let's skip the introduction. Let's just get right into it. The movie that we're talking about today is The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou is a action adventure comedy, and it's the main character, Bill Murray, and his best friend partner gets killed by this mythical shark, and he exacts revenge and tries to kill this shark, and he gets help by his crew, his wife, and Owen Wilson, who's not or is his son. The film's runtime is 119 minutes. This is the longest. This is quite possibly the longest Wes Anderson film in his filmography. It's also rated R, and this is a film that the critics did not like. This is the least percentage on the Rotten Tomatoes of Wes Anderson, it's a 57, and the critics did not like it. That's what's been told. Yeah, the movie, I really did like this film. Let's just say, at one point I was enjoying it, I was having fun, but it didn't really hit that mark for me to be like, okay, I don't know if this is worth the Blu-ray. This might be the weakest Wes Anderson film, but something happened towards the end of the movie that really struck with me. That was like, wow, I didn't expect, because the whole movie was a really fun adventure film that was just really having a good time. Such a Wes Anderson movie, but something happened towards the end which really hit me that hard, to a point where I'm like, wow, this is great. And I have to say, this film is really good. It's a really good movie. The performances are great. Everybody did a great job. The main character is, of course, Bill Murray. He's now the protagonist in this movie. He's very famous. He's like a National Geographic guy. He shoots videos. He's like freaking goes out and he tries to fight creatures, or just try to find the newer type of creatures. And his best friend gets murdered, and he really gets hurt by that, and he wants to go find this shark and kill it. Kind of like Brody from freaking Jaws. And Bill Murray's performance is great. I have to say, this is his best performance in a Wes Anderson movie. This is surprisingly the most dramatic he's ever been in a movie. He's fun, he's hilarious, he's been through a lot of shit, and he meets his son, and who he thinks is his son, and wants to make sure that he and his relationship with his son is really good, and that he's going through a lot. He feels like he's at the end of his road, and as this very, very famous National Geographic guy, and it really hits him. And I freaking think Bill Murray, this is an Oscar-worthy type of performance. I truly believe it. I think Bill Murray's great. You also got Owen Wilson, who plays the son, who's a Marine, who has zero experience of being in the sea, and he tells Bill Murray that he's his son, and he wants to have a kind of a relationship with his dad. And Owen Wilson's good. I think he's good in the movie. Not the best performance in his career when it comes to just the movies of Wes Anderson, but I think he's still good in this movie. I still like his performance. You also got one of the best actresses working today, Cate Blanchett, who's the interviewer who interviews Bill Murray and wants to, build an article, has a little love relationship with his son, which Bill Murray doesn't like, because he likes her as well. It's like a three freaking, it's rough. It's rough. But Cate Blanchett is good in the movie. She's, again, one of the best actresses. She truly is the best actress working today, and she's great. She's really good in this film, and I think she's kind of a she's very emotional too. She cries a lot, and yeah, I thought Cate Blanchett is pretty good in the movie. You also got William the Cribbo, who's this German guy who works for Bill Murray, been his partner, and helps him in the sea. And yeah, William Dafoe's great. I love the William Dafoe. I love that the picture that we always see is from this film, funny enough. And yeah, it's great. William Dafoe is really good in the movie. You also got the wife, who is also the wife from Royal Tenenbaums, who she helps Bill Murray out, and she's pretty much just helping him with shit. She doesn't try to get too emotional with Owen Wilson, and you understand why. And you also got Jeff Goldblum making his first Wes Anderson appearance. He's part gay, who was married to Bill Murray's wife, and now he's the competition pretty much. And Jeff Goldblum is Jeff Goldblum. He plays just Jeff Goldblum in this film. You love Jeff Goldblum. What the fuck? You can play Jeff Goldblum in every movie, and you're just gonna like him, and he does it. Yeah, I think Jeff Goldblum is good in the movie. So there's not many actors. It's not the most actor-y film in the Wes Anderson. Now, when we get more into Wes Anderson's later movies, we have a lot of actors to talk about in movies now. But all around, the performances are great. The Wes Anderson's direction is as good as usual. He's such a well-shot film. And I think we get a little hint of stop motion with Wes Anderson when he deals with the creatures and sharks and the animals and the dolphins. I feel like that's when we get to see Wes Anderson in his stop motion type of thing. I think it's stop motion. It looks kind of like stop motion. I'm pretty sure it is stop motion. And the direction is great. The dialogue is great. The writing is as great as Wes Anderson. He knows how to write very good dialogue. It's very funny, as usual, what you expect from a Wes Anderson movie. But it's a very dramatic movie. Again, to one point, it hits you in a way where I didn't expect. And it hits you fucking like a heart of brick. I don't want to get into it spoiler-wise when I do a double feature podcast and talk more in depth, but I think this film is truly amazing when it comes to just the shock value of just the dramatic weight that it hits you with I didn't expect. The chemistry is amazing. Everybody works well together as usual. The cinematography is great. I mean, how they do underwater scenes. I don't know if they actually went underwater in this movie. I'm pretty sure they did some partial practical stuff, but it looks realistic and it looks good. I thought this film was very well shot. The music choices are good. This movie had more specific artists. I mean, David Bowie is the name guy now in this. This movie is a David Bowie soundtrack, pretty much. A lot of music from David Bowie. You also got the Brazilian dude who, let's talk about performances a little bit, but you got the Brazilian guy who's also an artist who plays a guy named Pele, which is funny to me that they gave him the name of a soccer player. It was just in the movie to play music, and he just does a bunch of covers of David Bowie pretty much throughout the whole movie. And you actually hear a David Bowie song, and yeah, I liked it. All around, great movie. Throughout the movie, I was really enjoying this film. I was enjoying the movie. I was giving it a 3, but something happened. I don't know what. I gotta see this movie again to really give that really big rating, but I'm gonna stick to my guts and say this is a really good movie. And the dramatic moment really makes this film what it is. And throughout the movie, I was truly enjoying it, but something happened in that last act that really wrapped it in a way that makes you just feel like, oh wow, this is great. They did something I didn't expect, and it hits you like hard for me. And for that, I'm gonna give it without a doubt another 4 out of 5 stars. Again, I mean, it's not the perfect Wes Anderson movie. It's not even close to being perfect, but it's still great. I don't know why, but it's still great to me. And I feel like it's a movie that I'm gonna keep thinking about, because how it ends and a moment that really just hits you that you don't expect it to hit you really was something extraordinary, and Wes Anderson really did something with that, and I gotta give props to him. So those are my thoughts for The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. This is the title of this movie is very Ibinga, but I'm working with it. So that's it. Those are my thoughts. I'll see you guys in the next review.